The merge node has a few features that will mess you up if you're not careful. What's up guys, it's Trent, and today I want to talk about how the merge node works in Davinci Resolve. It's probably the most common node you'll use, and the basic behavior is fairly straightforward, but there are a couple subtle things that can actually really cause you some time if you don't understand them. Recently I was working on a project and I had a kind of a complicated node, and in the middle was a merge node, and the output just wasn't what I was expecting. So I wanted to share my findings with you today, and this is all stuff that's documented, but it's stuff you should make sure you're aware of because I don't see a lot of people talk about it too much. So let's look into it. Okay, so let's start with a basic example of how the merge node works. I have Davinci Resolve opened. I have two files in my media pool, and let's go to Fusion. And I'll open my media pool again. What I'll do is I'll drag these two assets onto my Fusion page. And you can see I have kind of a water scene background and a bird. I'll rename them. This water scene, I'll call it my background, BG. And then the bird, I'll call my foreground. In the front, foreground. And you can see on the background, well, I'll put that on output 1, and foreground I'll put on output 2. So I have these two elements there. Now what I want to do is I want to put the bird on top of the background. So I'm going to media out here. And what you can do is you can drag the output of the foreground over the background node, and you get this merge node. So this is kind of the simplest use case. Let me put the output, of course, on the screen, and I'll just go to one output for now. So my bird is, I'll put it on top because it's the foreground. Doesn't really matter, but just visually it's easier to see. So my bird is being composited on top of the background. And this is basically how we expect this to work. So far, so good. Now let me bring up the first thing that kind of surprised me. What do you think will happen if I disconnect the background? So we're putting one thing on top of another. If we remove the thing in the background, what do you think the output will actually be? I'll pause for a second and I'll let you think about what it may be. Okay, so let's actually do it. So I'll remove the background by clicking on it, and the output is blank. There is no output. So this was actually a surprise to me. I didn't know this, but this is the first key point I want to make, which is that the merge node will only be activated if there is background input. So if I go and I connect the background again to the merge node, our output comes back. So if you have a complicated node tree, in your workflow, it's pretty common to sometimes temporarily disconnect things and rewire other stuff and test out things. Maybe you want to disable something for a bit. And I was kind of doing that, and the output just wasn't what I was expecting. So I kind of read the document. I was like, how is this actually working? And what I found out is this fact that I just mentioned. The merge node needs a background to actually work at all. Okay, let's now move on to the next point, which I found a little surprising, and maybe you will too. Masking. Now masking is a concept I'm familiar with, and in the merge node, the mask is input into the blue arrow here. So I can draw a rectangle, and I haven't connected it yet, but let me just reshape it here. Now let me ask you my second question. If I connect this rectangle as a mask into the merge node, what do you think will happen? There's basically three main options that could happen. Everything is masked, the background is masked, or the foreground is masked. So which one do you think connecting the mask to the merge node will be? Well, let's try it and see what happens. I'm going to connect the output of the rectangle to the merge node. And as you can see, our foreground got masked. So the only thing that got masked out was our foreground bird here. So I'll move it around. You can see the background is fine, but it's just the bird that is masked. This was also another surprise to me. I was building an animation and there was some green screen thing where a mask was dynamically moving around. I thought it was going to block out the whole merge node, but it was really just blocking out the foreground. And again, this is documented behavior. It's just not something I had heard mentioned a lot. So those are two kind of quick little things about the merge node that I think aren't quite as intuitive. It can cost you a lot of time if it's not quite what you expect. So to review, for the merge node to be activated, you have to have a background input going into it. And if you're using a mask, know that the mask will only affect the foreground element. So hopefully those two facts will save you a lot of time. If there's anything else you want me to do a tutorial on for Davinci Resolve, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.